Grant Thompson. Utah desert air is quiet until a small engine turns it into a long buzzing line. July 29th, 2019. Grant Thompson, the king of random, lifts a paramotor into the dusk near Hurricane. He's done this before. A backpack motor, a fabric wing, a slow climb over sage and sand. Then something breaks the rhythm. The canopy isn't where it should be. The machine pitches. The camera sees sky, then scrub. When he doesn't come home, deputies follow a GPS ping across washboard tracks to a patch of bent frame and a phone still rolling. Online, projects pause and tributes load by the million. Curiosity built his empire. The Sky wrote the last entry. Cause of death, multiple blunt force injuries sustained in a powered paraglider, paramotor crash. After an in-flight loss of control, impact trauma that was immediately unsurvivable. Corey LeBarrie. Los Angeles, Sunday night, May 10, 2020. His 25th birthday. A rented house in Valley Village. Music low, cameras everywhere. Corey LeBarrie steps into a black McLaren with a friend at the wheel. The city hums. The car answers with that sharp turbine snarl only supercars make. A few blocks later, speed outruns judgment. Headlights rush past. A corner arrives too fast, and the carbon fiber nose folds against a street sign and tree. Airbags bloom. Phones stop filming. Neighbors spill onto the sidewalk. Then the sirens take over. Fire, police, EMS. The wreck is small now. All jagged angles and steam. Corey is pulled out and rushed to the hospital, but the fight is already decided. Tributes flood timelines, and the last vlog plays like a message from a room that got quiet too quickly. Cause of death, fatal blunt force trauma sustained as a passenger in a high-speed single-vehicle car crash. Ryker Gamble. Early summer in British Columbia, the granite bowls of Shannon Falls hiss with cold white water. Ryker Gamble and friends hike to the pools above the Cascades for a quick video. Sun on wet rock, shoes off, harmless on a phone screen. Then a slip, a foot loses friction. One person slides toward the lip, and Ryker and another friend dive to help. The current is faster than courage. In seconds, they're in the spillway, pulled over the edge into spray and aerated water that swallows sound. Search teams and helicopters trace the gorge. Fans refresh feeds and pray. By nightfall, the channel that preached living fully is a quiet memorial. Cause of death, blunt force trauma, and drowning after being swept over a waterfall. Emily Hartridge. Southwest London. A warm July morning. Battersea traffic hums, buses sigh at stops, and an e-scooter threads the lanes. It's Emily Hartridge, sharp, funny, the face behind 10 Reasons Why, filming life as it happens. A roundabout opens, a lorry enters, and in an instant the geometry turns unforgiving. Brakes bite, horns rise, metal meets motion. Bystanders run, a driver kneels, sirens cut through the skyline. Paramedics work fast, oxygen, compressions, the practiced ballet of emergency care, but the damage is already written. News moves quicker than grief. Timelines fill with clips where she laughs, advises, admits the hard parts, and makes them feel lighter. The feed keeps scrolling. The city keeps moving. A familiar voice does not return. Cause of death, fatal blunt force injuries sustained in a road traffic collision while riding an electric scooter after impact with a heavy goods vehicle. Tor Eckhoff, Norway, in late November, when daylight is blue and brief. Tor Eckhoff, Apator, walks across a frozen lake with a small camera and that familiar half smile. He's done this ritual before. Cut a hole, breathe steam into cold air, turn everyday dare into quiet poetry. Then the surface shifts, a crack, a lurch, and the ice opens under him. The water is shock cold, heavy and fast. The rim keeps breaking as he tries to claw up. Calls go out, responders race, a helicopter thumps the sky, and ER lights answer with their clean, unforgiving white. Online, fans wait for the joke he loved, I am not dead, and the upload that never arrives. A channel about simple joys becomes a vigil in a single afternoon. Cause of death, drowning due to cold water immersion after falling through lake ice, rapid hypothermia, and cardiac arrest. Trevor Heitmann. San Diego, late summer evening. The I-805 hums in both directions. Taillights stretching into the heat haze. A McLaren slips into the frame. Loud, low, unmistakable. And then it's somewhere it should never be. The wrong side of the freeway. Closing distance. Fast. Headlights strobe. Horns rise. There's no room left to bargain with physics. The impact is sudden, violent, final. Metal folds, glass scatters, and flames race along the wreckage. Traffic locks. Drivers run with small fire extinguishers that look useless against a night like this. Sirens arrive. Foam blankets the scene, and the cameras on overpasses catch nothing onto replay. By morning, scorch marks stripe the asphalt, and flowers hang on a chain-link fence. Online, highlight reels turn into memorials, and a username becomes a headline. Cause of death, fatal blunt force trauma from a high-speed wrong-way head-on collision. Rémi Lucidi. Hong Kong after dark. Glass towers humming. Clouds dragging low. Rémi Lucidi, the rooftopper audiences knew for impossible skylines, slips past a service door and climbs toward clean night air. Higher floors, thinner ledges, a camera catching reflections that look like stars. Up close, wind is a pressure, not a sound. He edges along the facade, palms on cold glass, searching for a handhold that isn't there. A foot skates, a hip bumps the frame, and gravity takes the rest. Street noise fades to sirens. Fire crews and medics seal off the block, lights splashing the building he tried to conquer. On phones worldwide, comments stack into prayers and disbelief. His last post, fingers on a rooftop rail above a city of lights, reads like a farewell no one meant to write. Cause of death, fatal multiple blunt force injuries from a fall from height during an urban rooftop stunt. Agastya Chauhan. North India, a hot May morning. The Yamuna Expressway runs arrow straight, the kind of road that tempts a throttle. Agastya Chauhan, pro rider 1000, leans into the wind on a leader bike, a camera catching the hum of speed and the empty horizon. Minutes blur. The divider approaches sooner than the brain expects. There's a shimmy, a hard swerve, and then the unforgiving sound of metal against concrete. The motorcycle cartwheels. Gear scatters across pale asphalt. Cars brake and angle to the shoulder. Bystanders call for help, waving traffic down as sirens thread the heat shimmer. Medics work rapidly, but the decision was made at impact. By afternoon, timelines fill with helmet cam memories and a lesson that feels older than the road itself. Velocity is never a neutral companion. Cause of death, fatal blunt force head and torso injuries sustained in a high-speed single-vehicle motorcycle crash after striking a roadway divider. Dyrlund. The Dolomites in late afternoon glow like carved gold. Dyrlund hikes the Sisita ridgeline with a phone and a plan. Film a few shots above the clouds, then head down before the light dies. The path narrows, wind lifts, and the ground underfoot turns to loose grit. One misstep, small, ordinary, cruel, and the slope tilts into open air. Hands reach for a hold that isn't there. The mountain offers no second chance. Hikers call it in. An alpine helicopter circles. Rescuers find only silence and a steep, unforgiving face. News travels from Val de Fosse to Copenhagen in a single alert. Clips that used to feel like summer now play like memorials. The view stays beautiful. The story changes. Cause of death, fatal multiple blunt force injuries from a fall from height while filming near a cliff edge in the Italian Dolomites. If you enjoyed this animation, please subscribe for more and support my small channel. Share your ideas for the next video in the comments.